An audience of business bigwigs gathering at an Auckland law firm to hear the government unveil its new plan for our school kids.
We are proposing to replace NCEA with a new national qualification that better ensures our young people are ready to take.
It's going to be a certificate that they do at school. We're going to call it school certificate.
What?
It's going to be something that helps them get entrance into university. We're going to call it university entrance.
So, for my sins, I've been involved in a lot of policy launches over the years, and the design of your policy launch, where you're going to hold it, who you're going to be speaking to, is a big part of that. So, how he ended up speaking in a conference hall in Auckland to lawyers is weird. This kind of suggests that it hasn't been developed with the educational community, because surely, if you had the teachers or the educational academics on board, you'd be announcing it with them and they'd be going, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, true, actually. And Carl points out, I hope they don't mean a national qualification, which is very true. All right, let's get back to our hairless leader.
Take on the world.
NCEA was introduced over 20 years ago, offering a more flexible education. But now it seems it's become a little too flexible.
And I have to admit, as a parent, I didn't understand why the children said to me, we don't need to sit the exam because we have enough credits already. And coming out of an exam, a 3-hour exam after only an hour.
Yeah, that's bullshit, Erica. You do understand, because you just explained it, that they built up enough credits. You're old enough, to remember School C being internally assessed. And if you get enough marks for internal assessment, then the end of year exam, it mattered because it could keep that on. But if you're already past 50% from your internals, then they didn't need it to pass. So come on. You don't need to make up bullshit. You can say, I didn't like the way they did it, but you don't I don't understand. Yes, you do, because you explained it. So obviously you understand.
And this speaks to the concern, is that this is kind of being done for political purposes rather than coming out of educational science and good understanding of what actually leads to good educational outcomes. The fact that it's been spun like this, and that it's not happening in front of educational experts, it's happening in front of lawyers, kind of says that this has been done for politics rather than out of an actual assessment that this is the best path forward. And it kind of makes me think of the Inter-Islander ferries, or the Dean Hospital, or State House build, or all those things where they kind of said, no, we're throwing out what's happening because we reckon we can do better, and we also reckon there's a political hit to be had here. That's the concern.
Well, the thing as well, and they haven't quite got to it yet, but at the start it said, implemented by 2030. And I went, okay, so a couple of years of consultation, a couple of years of trials, and they'll put it in there. And then they went, that means fully implemented. They're going to start the changes to year 9s next year. That's 4 months. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't care how efficient you are as a government, redesigning the way you educate 13-year-olds in 4 months. Again, this is not it won't work, but I'm comfortable saying in 4 months you will not get a good enough result in planning over 4 months.
There's a lot of self-confidence here that has perhaps not been borne out by the other things that they've decided to tear apart, and I do think it's a bit of a disease of both major parties, is the temptation to do reform and shuffle the deck chairs rather than actually concentrate on what is the science telling us is the best option here, and are we resourcing the system properly. They, rather than up resources, they're like, well, can we rearrange it to try and squeeze some more juice out of what we're already putting in.
All right, we'll get a bit more from this.
We don't need to sit the exam because we have enough credits already. And coming out of an exam, a 3-hour exam after only an hour, and saying that's okay, Mum.
So NCEA is getting the biff. Foundational skills awards and certificates of education are on the way in.
So by getting really clear about what we're asking kids to do, getting them into the core subjects that actually get...
and now they're away from Chapman Trap, whatever they're all Chapman Trip, and they're offered another one. They're offered the Voice of Business, continuing this conversation on. They've left the lawyers, and now they're at a business meeting. That's a very astute observation you've just made. You'd want to have this in front of the teachers' unions, or amongst a group of high school principals. I was thinking presidents there, but they're not presidents, are they? Principals. So that's a really interesting. Yeah, really interesting observation.
Give them the foundational knowledge that they need to build out their education from there. That's really important stuff.